where it comes down to. When we actually see that we're loved and we're complete and we're perfect, then we start making decisions from that space. We start making much smarter, much brighter decisions that create fulfillment. So you want to create peace around the world, we need to start finding peace within ourselves, then our decisions will be peaceful ones.
Do you think it's too late for the world to turn around? Or are we on that? No, eh?
No, what I've seen in this journey through the all-knowing diary is that we do need to make changes now. We do have a steep road ahead of us, but we really don't have that choice, so to speak. We need to make the changes. We no longer have that leeway or that buffer to be skeptical, to hold back, to pursue greed. We need to find the truth within ourselves. We need to do it now.
How about relationships?
Yeah.
How would this all-knowing diary help each and every one of us in our daily personal relationships as well as in the workplace?
Yeah, another great question. What often happens, Rob, is that we are carrying around a reality in our subconscious mind, like a whole collection of our beliefs. So what our parents' relationship was like, what the relationships we saw on TV were like. We've got this whole reference point, and which isn't the truth, mind you. So what happens is we make our decisions about relationships, who we want, how we treat them, how we treat our kids, based on the beliefs that were made in error. Now, when we move into this all-knowing mind space, head space, we actually start seeing beyond the beliefs to actually what's true. Not somebody else's truth, but our own truth. So then we start being attracted to people that aren't coming from our inadequacies or aren't being pushed away from our fears. We start having people in our life that are actually congruent and compatible with where we're at and our soul evolution, so to speak.
Exo Nation, we're talking to Daniel Rechnitzer about his book, The All-Knowing Diary, www.allknowingdiary.com. What has been the results with you teaching or allowing people to open up their own minds, getting their right and left hemispheres to work together, and the changes that you've seen that have happened in their lives firsthand?
Well, we've got some amazing stories, and I'd love to share one if we have
Please
time.
Please do, yeah.
But yeah, I guess to answer the immediate question, it's what this gives you is any challenge you have, whether it's about business, relationships, even having a pain-free birth, that intelligence that went into being human is available to us. So we've got this incredible intelligence, this genius available to solve our biggest questions. Now, Rob, if we've got a minute, I'd love to share a story.
Please do, yeah.
Great. On New Year's Eve this year, I was called by someone I know who knows the work that we do, and he said, he could barely talk, and he was in the emergency ward in the hospital.
My gosh.
And he said, I'm just being prepped to have my gallbladder removed. Can you help me? This was about to happen in the next 15, 20 minutes. He was about to go under the knife. And I said, all right, fine. So I went into what we call this whole brain space, where you use 100% of your brain, and it almost feels a bit like a meditative space. And I went to this space, and I kind of, we're all connected like this wireless antenna, and I kind of connected with the thoughts coming from his body, and human beings broadcast thoughts, and I kind of asked his body, I said, what's going on? Why is his gallbladder so inflamed?
Yeah.
And his body showed me that he had been retaining this self-hatred for about 20 years, and it was around, he hated the kind of father that he was to his daughter. He thought he was a terrible father. And his our bodies did not sustain self-hate. So anyway, I said to him, I said, look, we can work through this. Give you 15 minutes and it will be gone, or you can have your surgery. You choose. And Rob, he paused. Surprisingly, he paused to think about it. Anyway, we spoke for 15 minutes. I helped him see the truth about what was actually going on. All the pain completely disappeared. Midway through that phone call, the surgeon came in to prep him, kicked the surgeon out and said, I'm on a very important phone call, get out.
Wow.
Within that 15 minutes, all the pain completely disappeared, and he was discharged from the hospital. No pain ever since then.
This makes it sound very true and further testimony to the fact that we all carry baggage with us.
We do, and it's at the root cause of not only the aging and not only the struggles in our life, but also the illness and the deterioration in our body. The body is simply reflecting all the baggage that we're carrying at the subconscious level.
All right, here you are, a gentleman from Australia who's come across this eureka moment, and you're sharing it with the world, called the All-Knowing Diary. You have done it, and I am very happy that you've done it and you're sharing it with the world, but how come the medical profession, for example, the psychological profession, or other people have not come up with this, what you're explaining to be a very simple procedure?
And you know, Rob, you answered your own question there in a sense. The minute you bring something to light that's simple, it does a couple of things to people. Now, if you've invested an entire career on studying and studying and studying so that you have an edge, you have a knowledge that someone can come to you, then it's very threatening. That's one thing. It's very confronting to let something in simple when you've worked so hard with something that's so complex.
No, that's true.
That's the first thing. A lot of people work very hard to make a name for themselves and their expertise. The second part of what comes with simplicity is if you base the whole career on selling something that's complicated, such as drugs or medication, all these complicated procedures and unnecessary procedures, there's not a hell of a lot of money in simplicity.
True. So it's all about the dollar and cents.
Yeah, we tend to overlook simplicity unless there's a very big vested interest in it.
You know, I've always had this saying, and members of the Exo Nation who are listening tonight around the world are going to be saying to themselves, "Oh, here he does it again." My outlook on life is the following: life is simple. We complicate it.
Yeah, that's right. Absolutely. So yeah, this is about coming back to the simple. It's all there. All the answers are there inside ourselves. Right. The brain can diagnose all the illness. We are our own healer. It's all there. You're absolutely right. Absolutely right, Rob.
Tell me, was this knowledge known by the ancients?
Yes, absolutely. You know, we've gone through many different kind of eras in our growth and in our evolution. That many, thousands of years ago, we were very aware, we were very enlightened.
Yeah.
Certain events happened. We lost that intelligence. We lost that awareness. It went kind of to the east, India and Asia. They became very profound and very tapped into their true nature and their genius. And, it's, I guess, my role and many others like me who are trying to bring that awareness back to the West, because we became so invested in the material world, in not being enough, in being inadequate. Yeah, so, the natives, they've held it. They didn't complicate their life.
All right, my friend, please stand by. You and I have to take our break at the bottom of the hour for the news. Exo Nation, our very special guest this hour is Daniel Rechnitzer, and his website is www.allknowingdiary.com. We'll be back on the other side of the news with some words from our fine sponsors as the X-Zone continues. We're right here, live and around the world on the Talkstar Radio Network, X-Zone Radio Network, UK High Definition... Wow, I'm having a hard time today. UK High Definition Radio, Euro High Definition Radio, Star Cable, and our broadcast affiliates worldwide. I'll be back on the other side of this break. Don't go away. My name is Rob McConnell, and I would like to tell you about a very special lady that I have the pleasure of knowing, and that's Miss Sylvia Anthony. Sylvia Anthony believes the golden years are a time to gear up and get busy, not relax and take it easy. She has faced many hardships in her 84 years, but they have made her stronger and more determined. As founder and president of Sylvia's Haven, a shelter for women and their children near Boston, Sylvia has helped transform over 1,086 lives in the past 27 years, not only with housing, but also providing direction as to where they can go to develop the earning skills they want and need to live free from difficult domestic situations. Sylvia's Haven is everything to Sylvia Anthony, even calling it her magnificent obsession. Women who qualify for the program at Sylvia's Haven receive assistance via guidance counselors to find the appropriate job opportunity. Women and their children may remain at the housing for up to 2 years. At the end of this time, or sooner, a woman who is successfully employed and has an apartment or home may leave Sylvia's Haven to begin a new and independent life. Now this is where you come in to help make Sylvia's dream into a reality. Sylvia's dream is to have a Sylvia's Haven in every state to help as many women and their children as she can, and to help this dream come true. A crowdfunding site has been established which can be accessed at www.sylviasdream.org. Now that's www.sylviasdream.org. With your financial help and support, Sylvia Anthony will continue to help those in their time of need, not only in the Boston area, but with her dream of having a Sylvia's Haven in every state of the United States. Your help is needed to make Sylvia's dream come true. Please visit and give at www.sylviasdream.org. Once again, www.sylviasdream.org. And remember, the only difference between a dream and reality is just doing it. We need your help to make Sylvia's dream come true. Visit www.sylviasdream.org. Once again, www.sylviasdream.org. For the X Zone Radio TV show and the X Chronicles newspaper, I am Rob McConnell. You're listening to the X Zone Radio Show, live and around the world on the Talkstar Radio Network, X Zone Broadcast Network, UK High Definition Radio, Euro High Definition Radio, and Star Cable. Our toll-free telephone number worldwide is 1-800-610-7035. Our email address, xzone@xzoneradiotv.com. On MSN Messenger, xzoneradiotv@hotmail.com, and our website, www.xzoneradiotv.com. Welcome back, everyone. This is the X Zone. My name is Rob McConnell, coming to you from our studios in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. www.xzoneradiotv.com is our website for our podcast. You can either go to Apple iTunes and just type in X Zone Radio Show, or go to www.xzonepodcast.com. By the way, the X Chronicles newspaper will be distributed this coming weekend. And this is my favorite time of the year, Halloween. Our big Halloween issue will be distributed worldwide on Halloween Day. My guest this hour is Daniel Rechnitzer. We're talking about something very unique and something that really got my interest here. It's entitled The All-Knowing Diary. His website is www.allknowingdiary.com. All right, so basically what we're saying that this knowledge was used by the ancients, and why people in the medical profession and other professions that cater or that abuse the health of people one way or another is because they won't make any money off it, and that includes Big Pharma. So how do we best use this? For example, I come to you and I say, Daniel, I want to learn how to use your system. And you say, all right, Rob, it's going to take me a couple of hours. And does a person's skeptical outlook on this affect the learning process?
Yeah, look, Rob, every belief that we hold, every belief, and the majority of our beliefs are beneath our awareness, subconscious to us, every belief we hold will affect everything that we do. So everything that we do in life, and also, and equally important, in your ability to access this genius. So yeah, if we're skeptical, and I have to say, Rob, there is a certain irony to skepticism. That is, we happen to live in a reality that reflects how much we believe. So whatever we believe, it's going to reflect. The less we believe, the less we experience. The more we believe, the more we get to experience. So yeah, you want to tone down the skepticism in order to let in your genius. That would be the first thing. Okay.
So can you, without spilling the beans and without people buying your book, because, you know, I'm sure many listeners will want to know more about how they can use this technique to their advantage. When somebody goes to you or they read your book, Is the lesson the same?
Yeah, look, there is.